David and Goliath, the shepherd who slayed a giant. In the days when the Israelites were often at war with their enemies, the Philistines had gathered their forces for battle. They stood on one hill, and the Israelites, led by King Saul, stood on another. Between them lay a vast valley. From the Philistine camp emerged a warrior so fearsome that the earth seemed to tremble beneath his feet. His name was Goliath of Gath, a giant over 9 feet tall, armored from head to toe in bronze. His spear was like a weaver's beam, and the iron point alone weighed over 15 pounds. Every day for 40 days, Goliath stepped forward and mocked the Israelites. "Choose a man to fight me," he roared. "If he kills me, we will be your servants. But if I kill him, you will be ours." Not one man in Israel dared to face him. Far away, in the hills of Bethlehem, a young shepherd named David tended his father's sheep. David was the youngest of 8 brothers, and his 3 eldest were off fighting with Saul's army. One day, David's father, Jesse, sent him to deliver food to his brothers and check on their well-being. When David arrived at the battlefield, he heard Goliath's challenge, but unlike the others, David was not afraid. His heart burned with righteous anger. "Who is this uncircumcised Philistine that he should defy the armies of the living God?" David asked. Word of David's boldness reached King Saul, who summoned him. Saul looked at the boy and said, "You cannot fight this giant. You're just a youth, and he's been a warrior since his youth." But David replied, "When a lion or a bear came and took a sheep from my flock, I went after it and struck it down. The Lord who delivered me from them will deliver me from this Philistine." Saul, unsure, but without better options, agreed. He offered David his armor, but it was too heavy and cumbersome. David removed it and instead took his shepherd's staff, 5 smooth stones from a nearby brook, and his trusty sling. As David approached Goliath, the giant laughed. "Am I a dog that you come at me with sticks? Come and I'll feed your flesh to the birds." But David stood firm. "You come at me with sword and spear, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty, the God of Israel, whom you have defied. Today the Lord will deliver you into my hands." Then David ran toward the battle line. He reached into his pouch, took out a stone, placed it in his sling, and let it fly. The stone struck Goliath square in the forehead. The giant staggered, then fell face down to the ground with a thunderous crash. With no sword of his own, David ran up, took Goliath's sword, and used it to kill him and cut off his head. The Philistines were stunned. Their champion was dead. Panic spread, and they fled. The Israelites surged forward with a shout and drove them back, winning a great victory that day. David's faith, not his size or strength, made him victorious. While others trembled, he trusted in God. His courage marked the beginning of his rise from humble shepherd to Israel's greatest king.